What is up, JG603 back here, owner and operator of TSW Wrestling. Banger of a show this week. Some of the greatest stuff we've seen. Oh, that last ham standing shook these rankings up. And we got the Hamopoly shirt to show it here, baby. Let's get into things. Right out the gate here, of course, gonna take a quick look at the guys on the outside, looking in some of the goodbyes of the week of Capnerk, Stoney, Frosty, and Prod. Couple injuries, couple inactivities, couple just bad performances. Nothing too crazy there. So we're gonna chop up into number 40. Though a loss nonetheless. You did have a great show against King Ched, a part of the new Anime Alliance, if you will. Excited to see where that goes in the future. But previously Unranked, popping in here at number 4039. We got the Luchador. Talk about victory and defeat. Great showing in his debut. Certainly going to see this man hot and heavy here in TSW. Couple guys inactive. We'll see him soon. Don't know when. We'll see him again, though. B. Sanders, do not, of course, former tag team champions, longest reigning. Lost their rematch, you know. It is what it is there, but only takes a couple wins in this tag division to get back in the rankings there. From 34 and 35 back to 37, 38. From 33 back 3 to 36. We got one retro Yimmy again. Not the best showing in Elimination Chamber, but anytime we put him out there, he does impress. Great person, great wrestler. We're going to see more Yimmy week in and week out. Welcome back, by the way, to the rankings here for Chris Swain, former two-time tag team champion, of course, unranked. And if you missed the show, you'd be like, where the hell did this come from? Well, first of all, if you missed the show, don't know why you're watching the rankings. Second of all, well, the end of that show gave you all the answers you need. Chris Swain, seemingly, as expected, joining alongside Swain, his brother, and Afterburn, joining the creators of Pain, this new B-Cot alliance that's starting to form. Things are looking dicey there. Talk about Slice and Dice. We got Chef J. Ruiz here, coming in unranked up into the 34th slot. You know, good win against Khan. Thought maybe him and Fen were having some issues, but looks like they smoothed it out, or at least for the time being. Again, Chef here, win over Khan, gonna face Dargan next week for the Hardcore Championship. Going from 29 to 33, Rowdy here. We're gonna pair him, of course, with Shrades. Both, you know, they haven't been necessarily doing a lot in tags or singles, but we love these guys. They're gonna be in the ring again soon, so keep an eye out on your televisions, baby. And crawling into the top 30 now here from 28 to 31 is Up and Adam. Really good debut, couple good months, some good matches, but unable to win the big one this week. Of course, open challenge for LBJ. But another guy we're going to see a lot more of. Love me some Up and Adam at 30. A guy who was not there this week in AJ from 27 back to 30. Inactivity. Another guy who I'm certain is just waiting for some stuff to clear up here in TSW. And I think it's just a matter of time before we see some hot AJ action back inside that ring. We got Phineas and Herb here. I miswrote it on my rankings, but honestly, we're at a part in the rankings where we can flip-flop a little bit here. We got Phineas and Herb, of course, aligned alongside one big Boss Ham mark, inactive there at ringside, you know, doing his due diligence, but I think Finn be stepping back in the ring very sooner rather than later. And that means here we got Craigie going from 24 back here. Craigie, you know, great showing in that hardcore match, unable to get the job done. Another guy, former champion, always going to get those big matches. Arguably got robbed against Dargan, not once, but twice for that hardcore championship. So we're going to see that guy again soon. As we get close to the top 25 here, we got Chico in a little change here from 25 to 27 despite a loss. But of course, the end of that show, we know what's coming. The B-Cot forming officially in TSW. I certainly think Chico's got a great chance of moving back up this card, and maybe we see him get some more title matches. I don't know. I mean, the tag titles, of course, are sealed up by that group right now. But I think the rest of the gold here in TSW, watch out for, because Chico's a badass, man. He'll take you down a peg or two. And as we get one spot away from top 25, just outside looking in is going to be Sap Daddy. You know, not a great turn of events this week, you know. Was in the middle of getting hit with a swan dive. So, regardless of the creators getting the win there, you know, the disciples, I should say, in Joker and Raw, I think Sap was in a bad spot in that match, so had to stick him at 26, as in a 25. TS25 time, we got Johnny Clap the Clap Daddy. You know, didn't lose the match necessarily. And you know, I think he's had a couple bad performances, but some really good ones as well. Definitely someone we're gonna get back in that ring. And here at 25, plenty of room to grow, plenty of room to fall though. What's next for Clap? That's gonna be an interesting one. You know, the tag title's kind of sealed up for a week or two, of course, the rematch clause there. We're gonna need a number one contender though. Just sap and clap, step back in there. We're gonna find out real soon. Talk about someone with a title match this week. We've got Casio, big jump going from unranked to 38 and then up to 24. Colossal jumps here for Casio, of course. You know, great match with the Ghostbusters there. Love the Casio character right now that we kind of got going. Casio, of course, Battle of the Bayou versus one Tiger Jet, who easily could have jumped up these rankings as well. Nearly put him in at the 40 spot as unranked and bumped out the former tag champs of the Legion of Boom, but it just didn't feel right. I think they gotta get one more shot before they get bumped, right? Right. Anyways, Casio, big win there. Great match too between those two. Certainly maybe a little respect or rivalry forming there. So Casio, chance to win his first gold next week against Dargon. We'll see how that plays out. A guy who's held gold before. The gold holder. We're talking GG6032. Sweet baby, man. He's a good looking guy. So it's funny. We got I joked about it on the broadcast. So he was wearing the black and red, but they're against black and red. And like, we got to change colors. And, you know, he's done the white and gold before. Well, he's done the red. Can't do the red. Right? We've done the white and gold. And it's like, oh, let's do something different. Let's try with the blue. So I made it. Looked fine. In the ring, I tell you what, didn't like it. Very blue Tista vibe. So I think this is a one and done, maybe a two and done. Don't think we're gonna see that one again. But you know, you live and you learn, right? But JG here, of course, jumping up the ratings from 40 up to 23. Now that he's back in action. I'll be honest, we're gonna see more of him. You got to remember too, in that pocket, in that coat pocket there, still has that rematch clause. Although, ironic that it might not even be against Animal, but that's a story for another day here, folks. Story for another day. Moving right along here as we crawl in the top 22 here. Emma moving up just one spot. I'll be honest, getting some wins, looking good. But it's kind of a spot where it's like the people you're doing it against, you know, right? The people you're doing it, you know, DT keeps getting pinned. Controversy, Kopachnark has debuted. What's going on with that Team America faction? Not sure at the moment, but Emma, you know, we need to get some real challenge before you get some more shots to go. You gotta remember, you know, not some great showings the last couple title matches. Singles and multi-man match, not really going your way. So, gonna simmer that one a little bit. Maybe give you a good number one contendership coming up soon. But don't worry, you're gonna get back in that squared circle one way or another. Oh, winning streak too, by the way. But you know, again, it's DT. No offense, DT, but offense, DT. We've got the better half of that main event tag team that, of course, JG had a little bit of a rub out of there. We got Deekster going from 31 up to 21. It is an interesting one, of course. You know, Deekster, former Cruiserweight champion. In, out, in, out. What's next for him? Certainly caught up a little bit with, you know, the JG, the B-Cot situation, but I think Deekster could easily slot into a title match at any point in time, and we'd buy it, right? Former champion to a former champion, CJ Sauce, big tumble down from 14 to 20, going from top 5 a couple weeks ago, but loses the title at pay-per-view to Big Time inside the Elimination Chamber. Of course, loses the rematch. Big Time looking good in that one too, by the way. But CJ, another one of these guys, we keep saying it. Charisma, love the guy. He's gonna get back out there. He's gonna have some opportunities either this week or at the pay-per-view. Real quick turnaround here, guys. So it's gonna be interesting to see what's next for CJ, as there's so many of these guys who we know they're gonna get some matches. Interesting placement here. Staying at 19 is going to be Swain Games. You know, main event, they did lose. And we're just going to clunk these two together. Burn did drop back wanting to get pinned. Crucifix, kind of a fluke pin there. I think they went the wrong way. I think they controlled pretty much the whole main event for the most part. Clearly some control over TSW, as you guys saw in the tag team picture there. Chico and Chris joining are more on their way. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. You got to think gold potentially in mind too. See how that shakes out there. And of course, you did see we've got one Chaotic Tina dropping back a couple spots here, a little inactivity. We got Ms. JG here staying pat at 16. Just a little flip flop, frankly, because it just the way it worked out. You know, I could have moved them both back one, but it is what it is. Rematch coming up soon. Interested to see what happens with this tag team. There's been some, you know, reshuffling, some rumors of changes in the roster. So we're excited to see what happens here in the future going forward. But, you know, former champions nonetheless. Rematch coming up 2 weeks time. Now we get into the top 15. Controversy coming, and I know this guy's gonna hate this. Oh, from 6th to 15th, losing the title this week, arguably not his fault. And actually, I would say not his fault. was, you know, busy hitting a little swan dive there, the Spanish fly off the top rope, avalanche style there, and just no chance to break up the pin. Of course, here paired with one DJ. They'll have the rematch either this week or at pay-per-view, probably pay-per-view. Interesting to see what happens if they get the title back. Will DJ be a 4-time tag champ? It's possible. This man's stacking the resume, and of course, Swanee, pull up a chair, take a seat, see what this guy's got going next. As we get to lucky or unlucky number 13, dropping out the top 10. Controversy. This one hurts my soul, but we've got Animal here. Animal dropping out here from 10 to 13. Number one contender, of course, got that rematch clause, but lost the title. Wasn't in action this week, but the guy kind of fighting for him did take a loss, so we're gonna drop out a little bit. Plus, man, this top, the dirty dozen here is nice in TSW right now. It's gonna be not a lot of controversy based on who's ahead of him, and you guys are gonna see what we're talking about here. Coming in at number 12. Paired to number 11, both stayed, didn't move them. Women's Tag Champions, inactive this week. We'll be defending those titles soon. Big shake up in this division. Excited to see what goes on here. We'll touch on that, of course, in a little bit as well with the other women's champions here in TSW. But again, they'll move back up, move back down, ebb and flow. Let's see how this goes, you know? Big matchup this week, not just stipulation on a lot of these. We're not just stipulation on a lot of these. So we're going to kind of play it out, see how we're rocking when we get there. Now, top 10 time. We got to keep him in there. Lost the title, lost the rematch, but it's Boxy. This man's a fucking stud. Straight up, goddamn end of story. The ladies' man is greatness here. Mount Rushmore chiseled already a spot for Boxy, I think. Locked it in. Locked it in. Boxy, the greatest champion in the first couple months of TSW, bar absolute none. Did get cheated out the title a bit. Cheated a little bit in the rematch, but Boxy, we're gonna like what's coming next for you. You have earned it. You've deserved it. Whatever's coming to you, brother, I wish the best for you. Someone I wish the worst for. We've got the tag team champions. We're gonna give Raw a little bump because he does have more history with gold. But dude, surprise entrance there. You know, the Beacon kind of flexing their power post War Games as we're seeing. But plain and simple here. Great debut as a tag team. Big win. They're fucking scary, man. They're scary. These two guys could easily be singles champions in their own right, and we could even see champ. I don't know what the Beacot's gonna do here. They've got a little bit of free range. I'm a bystander right now, you know. So we're gonna see some wild things happen in the upcoming weeks, but nothing gonna be wilder here than the rest of these rankings. In at 7 from number 1. Oh, my sweet ham mark. I wanted to put you a little higher. Of course, we'll see with the rest of these rankings why this fell the way it did, but got that rematch. It won't be a last man standing. There's no way they can follow that one up. So we're gonna give him something good to do here. Not sure what yet, but we will see Brandon. We will see Landmark. Big rematch here for Landmark. Huge, colossal, giant, bigger than the BMI division. Landmark wins, 3-time BMI champion, and then straight up joins Boxy and Rushmore. I mean, right now he's probably on there anyways as Landmark, but a win here would cement. I mean, that'd be insane. And a loss, though, I mean, you got to think what could be next for Landmark, you know? But don't get ahead of ourselves here, because the big boss Sam ain't ready to give it up yet. Talking about ain't ready to give it up. Maybe a controversial drop here. We've got King Ched, Thick Ched, the champion. Was out of action this week, and everyone else defended or won a belt. So can't spend too much time on this because there's not much to talk about. Ched is fantastic, the Ham DeLorean himself. He will be in the main event probably. Finally, we got the championship in the main event. You know, I don't think the Disciples and the Beacon necessarily taking the spot this time. So Ched, you got a lot on your plate. You versus Animal. Not sure what that's gonna be. I'm thinking last Ham. I think we pushed the stipulation there, and want to see how that plays out, but here we go, guys. Top 5. In at number 5, up from 9, is going to be LBJ. Wasn't active defending the title. Triple threat and looked great doing so. Really good back and forth, but at the end, LB looked strong in that finish, man. Luchador and Adam taken down. LBJ, we can confirm, will be defending the title at pay-per-view. And we'll be crowning a number 1 contender for that title this week on Thursday Throwdown. It's going to be a good one. And someone who's got a big matchup coming soon, staying pat at 4 despite defending the title. but did you really defend the title? We got the one, the only, the Steph, of course, taking out Chelsea Green. Big surprise there. Bigger surprise, though, the post-match as Huggies debuts. Surprised to see a darker side of Huggies. They're coming as the Scarlet Witch here to counter the Blue-Eyed Witch, but I'm excited to see what's next for Huggies 603 representing, and you can pretty much assume that's going down at pay-per-view, folks. Pretty much assume that. Confirming it here. Steph versus Huggies. Huggies' first match in TSW could very well be for the title, unless she's like a warm-up this week, but I don't anticipate that. But moving on to number 3. Top 3 is interesting, right? Because you're doing math. You guys are doing math as you're watching them. You said, there are some people who we haven't seen that are going to be in this top order in some ranking. You know, what are we talking about here? Number 3 is going to be Dargantics, of course. Really good showing. Fantastic, if I do say so myself. Anyway, shout out Rogue Energy. Use code GG603, of course, 20% off. But our sweet Dargantics gets a little +2 boost, by the way. A lot of controversy in the Rumble, but defended the title. Defended it fair and square this week against 3 really good competitors. So Dargan deserves a good spot, deserves a good ranking, but he's gonna have some dicey competition coming up very soon. We can confirm this week. Last week, Fatal 4-Way. This week, triple threat. Casio, Chef, Dargan, good luck, have fun, gonna be a good one to watch. And we do have some rumblings of a possible rivalry building for pay-per-view for Dargan and that title. We'll keep you guys posted on that going forward, but now the top 2. There's obviously only 2 people left it could be. And I think this is controversial, I'll be honest with you, just due to the history. Number 2, up from 5 is going to be big time TS2, sweet. Of course, great history as the BMI champion, which probably figured out we're going to talk about in a minute here. Great matchup with Landmark, losing that title. Fantastic run as champion, though very short. Couple really good matches there. Now in the Universal Division, wins Elimination Chamber, wins his rematch against CJ Sauce, the Sauce Boss. Big time. Might have found himself his division here, folks, but talk about finding themselves their division. We thought it was the tag titles, but no, it is as a singles wrestler, Brandon 2K to the moon. Ladies and gentlemen, hands down, bar none, the greatest match in TSW history. And I'll be honest, I don't think there's any way that's ever going to be topped unless we see, you know, a long match is necessarily a good match. Certainly not. You can have a stinker that takes an hour, but that match was stellar. Electricity, just talking and thinking about it. It makes me want to stand up and punch something. Again, big rematch coming up soon. Not sure the stipulation yet. I can confirm though, Brandon Landmark at pay-per-view. Huge matchup. There's like almost a chance that could main event. I mean, it's definitely going to be the semi, I think, but I mean, my God, this division has been stellar. Brandon 2K, hats off to you, brother. Hopefully, you can keep that momentum rolling into the next weeks. You know, win, lose, or draw. Always building momentum here in TSW, folks. That's all we have for you here today. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Note about ding activated, but I appreciate y'all. Y'all been the best. Y'all been too sweet. I'll see you next time. Woo. We're gonna keep that in. Appreciate you. Bye.